Hello cadets, this is I, CptAylott, and welcome back to another episode of the Dwarves. Now, I hope you guys had a nice Christmas, or so far having a nice holiday, if you are having a holiday right now off work for Christmas till New Year's. I hope you're having all a good time. Fingers crossed, I hope you are, I really do. So far, I've had about 3 days off not recording. Christmas Eve, I had some family member come around. Christmas Day, obvious reasons, I had quite a few family members come around and we had a massive dinner, which was great, and I felt quite ill because I was having a food coma. I had a food baby. And Boxing Day, I went off to see another family member that was about a 2-hour drive away, and we stayed there for the day. So, I am now back, and hopefully I am going to continue doing daily videos, but I'm not sure yet, because it is still holiday season and I have no idea what's going to come up or around the corner. Anyway, let's continue. We had Simferes pop into us and say hello by nearly stabbing my eye out for Boendal, and now we are running away, so I'm not sure what way to go. That looks like there's orcs up there. I want to get to that question mark, obviously, and we have to head all the way very far to a very cold place. Now I'm thinking either right or left. If I go up, I'm going to get hit by those orcs up there because I'm thinking they're going to probably come down and come get me. So I'm going to go down and see what happens.
In the evening, after your escape from Mifidania, you recover from your exertions around a campfire. Goimgar withdraws to a solitary corner. Bavragor devotes himself to his alcohol, and the twins get their smelly dwarf cheese out. Nemora and Fergus exchange hugs and kisses on the other side of the fire, while Rodario sits next to you.
Ah, a journey with real dwarves to the stronghold of the firstlings. I'm sure I can write that into my new piece.
Gosh, I can, buddy. There's now a journey between us and the orcs. What do you plan to do? Your metamorphoses were very impressive. I've never seen anything like it before.
I must congratulate you on your skills. Find it hard to believe that it's not achieved by magic.
Aha, thank you, but I assure you it has nothing to do with magic. Just alchemy and accomplished acting. We leave the sorcery to the magi.
Don't mention them. There's no love lost on Andakai and her walking iron tower.
You've met Andakai the Tempestuous? That is unbelievable. How was she?
She ran away to the Outer Lands. A damn disgrace.
Ouch. She had her reasons and at least put us on this track.
Andakai had her reasons to leave us. She had already fought against Nodon and was unsuccessful. Furthermore, we wouldn't be here without her, and she told us about Keenfire.
Andakai, the bringer of hope. I like that. I'll have to use that in my new piece.
True to his words, Rodario takes out his notebook and writes something down.
Alright, have you heard of the firstlings? Do you know the way to their stronghold? We should set up camp for the night and continue our journey in the morning. We're going to find out everything.
Do you know anything about the firstlings? If I recall the map correctly, we need to cross the first large mountains in the Red Range and then pass through Snowdale to East Ironhald Stronghold.
No one has seen the firstlings for hundreds of cycles, but there are many stories about them. Their craftsmanship is much vaunted, and there used to be trade via a narrow path that led into the mountains, but I don't think there is a man living now who has ever walked that road.
Alright, last one to do.
We're far enough away from Mifidania. Perhaps we should part ways tomorrow morning.
Rodario jumps up and begins to gesticulate ostentatiously.
What?
I think you have underestimated us. Let me introduce myself and my colleagues once more. I am the Fabulous.
We don't have time to look after a pack of jesters.
Rodario seems offended for a moment, but then he grins, turns away from the group, and raises his right arm. A jet of flame shoots out of his sleeve. The dwarves are startled and amazed by the brief spectacle.
And what do you say now, critical Mr. Dwarf?
You're a magus. I don't particularly like them either.
At the Curiosum, magic is my area of responsibility. There is a tube under his arm with a flint and a bag full of CptAylott seeds. When he firmly presses the bag, the flint sprays sparks and the seeds shoot out. And there you have it. Magic fire.
Masterly work, Fergus.
The Magister Technicus shows his appreciation with a nod of his head.
If they all have tricks like this up their sleeves, well, they might not be such a burden after all, Tungdil.
How many provisions do you have with you?
How are you doing for provisions? We don't have enough.
We are happy to share what we have. It isn't very much, though. We had to leave most of it behind.
Food is sure to be a problem on our journey. Winter's only just beginning to leave Wayan, and people will be keeping a tight grip on the stocks they do have because of the orc attacks.
We have to be frugal and organize as much food as we can. It wouldn't be much of a heroic story if we starved on the way to the firstlings.
Our mission is to forge the legendary axe Keenfire and destroy the traitor Nodon. If you wish to accompany us through hunger, coldness, and danger, then do so. It's your decision.
How could we not partake in such a story? Just think, what a wonderful play we could make of it.
If we survive. I was hoping to only resurface once we reach the Red Range. Instead, we have a long journey and a dangerous climb ahead of us.
There may be another way apart from the old trading route. A few years ago, an old man from the north told me of a place called Wackenstein. Apparently, there is an old path there, older than the dwarven tunnels themselves.
Legends and stories. There's too much uncertainty. Let's just see what the next few days bring.
Alright. And I'm guessing that's the place. Yeah, look, there is a path that goes up and hides. But you gotta go way north for it. But then there could be a trap here. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's continue. I'm just gonna save it quickly. Reason being is, if I do die, I don't want to skip all that again and have to go through it. Let's go to the question mark.
You are walking past an inconspicuous copse as Namora suddenly stops on the spot.
Wait! We are not alone. Someone is watching us.
A trap?
Trap! Oh no! What will we ever do? We need saving by Tungdil, Boendal,
Die,
and the other
scum!
one. Oh?
What are you doing? Why are you attacking us? We're dwarves too. We're on the same side.
I see honest dwarves here, but they are accompanied by scum. I will free you of it.
Oh, really? And what are you going to do on your own against 8?
You, come here.
What?
What the hell?
Brother, what are you doing?
The hell is she doing?
Boendal, what's wrong? Come to your senses.
It's no use. They belong to me. Now die, scum.
What? What? Oh shit. I don't want to hurt them, I just want to take her out now, really. What spells do you have anyway? Burning Dart, Poison Dart, Shrill, and to the knee. An arrow to the knee? Maybe I'm just kidding, don't hurt me, people. What about you? What do you have? Shadow Step moves over an area of battlefield quickly and undetected. I like the sound of that. Alright, so what have people got? No. Magical objects. You have that. You, sir, have the damage. And you will have that. Alright, let's start fight. Shit. I overpowered a mysterious female dwarf.
What's up?
What's up? You're already hurt. Device that moves a shrill tone and frequency only audible to orcs and dogs. Oh, they start to panic. I want you to be hit by that.
Understood.
And I want you to move undetected right there.
Yes.
Gosh.
Favrakas!
I feel sorry for these
Yes?
people right now. I don't want to hurt my own kind. It sucks.
Why not? I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Alright, do that.
Huh?
Tungdil,
On my
you
way.
move away for a moment.
What? Good.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Yes.
Tungdil, what are you
Understood.
doing? Alright, smack her one.
What is it? Yeah!
Keep
I'll
me
be
going.
ready again soon. Just a second, still charging.
Oh, skill's not applied. Okay, calm down. Okay, you'll do that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you happy? You'll do your attack
Please
again.
wait a moment.
That skill's not ready.
Better this
Holy
way.
shit. Did I just kill her? I think I just killed her.
No sooner does the unknown dwarf fall unconscious to the floor than her control over your comrades disappears. You fetter and gag her until you know more about her sinister powers.
That was, I hope I didn't hurt you, Scholar.
It was as if in a dream, but at the same time, it wasn't. I heard her voice in my head, and although I knew better, I only saw orcs attacking me. You were the enemy.
Boendil goes over to the shackled dwarf and kicks her gently with his boot.
This is never a child of the smith, even if she looks like one. Those gifts. By Fracas, there is something evil at work.
You kneel in front of the dwarf and press your axe against her throat.
My name is Tungdil. If I remove your gag, will you answer some questions?
The captive nods, and you pull the gag out of her mouth.
Geralda is my name. It would seem I underestimated you.
Alright, what are these powers? I've never heard of a dwarf being able to do anything like that.
Your powers? I've never heard of anything like it.
Neither have I. I haven't had them for long. When I try to remember, all I see is black mist, and I taste iron and mud, and there's an elf who... Ugh.
Did the Alpha give you these powers?
When I try to remember, it hurts, like needles sticking into my head. I am Geralda Bloodstone. I was...
Dang.
You said something about scum when you attacked us. Has Namora done anything to harm you?
Not her, but her kind. Alpha.
She is a human. She only acts at being an elf in theatre.
In the theatre?
For the first time, Geralda looks at Namora without a hateful expression.
She must die.
Well, which kingdom do you belong to?
Where have you come from and what brings you to Wayan?
I was on my way to the Free Folk. They are said to live in the middle of Girdlegard, without kingdoms or their laws.
The Free Folk? You mean dwarves?
Yes, dwarfs who have left their kingdoms, voluntarily or otherwise. Not everyone has a place in their kingdom.
You instinctively think of your own plight. You are not a secondling, and won't be welcome among the fourthlings since you placed obstacles in their king's path.
Don't believe this nonsense, Scholar. The Free Folk are just a fairy tale that people tell themselves when they don't want to stick to the traditions. Just look what good it's done Geralda.
Geralda prepares to reply, but then she holds back.
Enough talk! She is dangerous, probably crazy. She attacked us, we should put an end to her.
It's what you call amnesia, memory loss, a tool often used in stage productions. We don't know what happened to her, and maybe she doesn't either. We can't just kill her.
Alright, she's too dangerous to leave alive. We'll take her with us. We will let her go. Oh, shit. If we let her go, she might make him go... I don't know. We'll take her with us.
She's too dangerous just to let go, so we'll take her with us. Remove the fetters.
You nip any objection in the bud and turn to Geralda.
Listen, I don't know what has happened to you, but we are dwarves and we shouldn't fight against one another. We could do with your help.
The female dwarf seems just as surprised by your decision as your companions.
Thank you. I would be happy to accompany you. I am Geralda Bloodstone, of the Fourthling Kingdom. I'm sorry that I attacked you. It was a misunderstanding.
You realise that your decision doesn't please everyone. Boendil and Namora seem particularly upset. But they hold back, and you continue on your way, a slightly gloomy mood hanging over the group.
Well, shit. Hey, people are leveling up all over the place. Ooh, whirlwind. Boendal revolves around himself while he moves. He deals damage to all enemies in his path. Or bloody scissors. Boendal decapitates enemies within less than 50% health. Deals lots of damage to those more than 50%. Okay, we'll go with that one. I like that one more. Next guy. Oh, Tungdil. Battle Rush. Gains twice the AP when he kills enemies. Tungdil, nearby heroes deal 25% more damage for a short amount of time. Yep. Earthquake. Enemies in a straight line in front get stunned. Ignites the brew from his water skin and can set fire to enemies in half a circle in front of him. Yep. And we got some provisions and a pearl. Did we steal that from her? We're going to save it. Continue. Let's go. Where are we going? Seaton. Seaton!
When you enter the pretty little village with its richly ornate houses and its temple to Buindil at its centre, you can see an angry mob some distance away. The villagers are hassling a young woman, insulting her and pushing her to the ground.
Force your way between the mob and the young woman.
You push your way through the crowd of people and stand in the way of the villagers.
What's going on here?
A man dressed in richly decorated vestments looks you up and down.
Buindil be with you, dwarf. It is none of your business, but this woman here is a thief. She and her henchmen have emptied the monastery's granary and were willing to abandon us to our fate.
That's a lie. We asked for help and these people turned us away. I came back to ask again.
Right, to the priest. What proof do you have that this woman committed a crime?
What evidence do you have against this woman?
We found the granary broken into. Almost a third of our grain and a significant amount of supplies have gone. And all this just one day after she and her people were snooping around here.
That isn't proof.
That isn't proof. It could simply be coincidence. Anyway, why would a thief come back to the scene of a crime?
The priest eyes you in silence, while some of the villagers make it clear that dwarves should keep their noses out of their business.
Shut up, people. Alright, what happened?
Tell us what happened.
The villagers grumble, but the priest gives the woman a chance to defend herself.
My name is Tavia. I was forced to flee Tabayin with my family when the perished land began to spread. My husband, we had to leave him behind.
The horror in the woman's eyes gives you a good idea as to what became of her husband.
No one accepted us in the north. There are too many refugees and everyone is scared. Queen Wei has offered land in Wayan to anyone who will work hard for it. But what should we grow if no one will sell us grain? We offered a fair price, but Father Malin...
She darts a scathing gaze at the priest.
He wanted double the amount.
The priest glances briefly at the angry villagers. Then he replies in a firm voice.
It was a hard winter, and with the increasing frequency of orc attacks, we must think of ourselves first and foremost. Even we cannot help everyone.
The bystanders mutter in agreement.
Alright, let the woman go. We can investigate the matter if you like. Yeah, we'll do it.
The accusations are serious, so let's get to the bottom of the matter to be completely sure.
We have no doubt that she did it.
The priest looks at the villagers standing around him, the lust for blood written in their faces.
On the other hand, before we do something we can't undo.
Dissatisfied murmuring grows, which the priest debates with mollifying gestures.
Search for your evidence. You there, lock this woman up in the guardhouse in the meantime.
The woman is taken into a squat building made of rough blocks of stone. The crowd slowly disbands.
Alright, talk to Father Malon, enter the storehouse, enter the guardhouse.
You enter the village's large storehouse. The ground floor of the two-storey building is full of turnips, with large barrels and clay pots on the floor and on high shelves. Several villagers are carrying out stock-taking. They're being supervised by a weedy man who observes them with a grim expression and writes things on a wax tablet every now and then.
Alright, go upstairs to the first floor, observe the scene a little longer.
Work is in full swing. The man with the wax tablet grumbles now and then in agreement when one of the peasants shouts out a number to him. It shouldn't take too much longer until they finish the inventory. There are sacks piled up on top of one another on the first floor. They are most likely filled with different kinds of grain and, judging by the omnipresent white dust, flour.
Flour is too dark here. Can someone light a fire? Inspect the empty corner in the dim light.
You walk towards the only area in the storeroom where you can see the floorboards. You hesitate as your boots slip on the floor, as if you're walking on mud.
Tungdil?
The Magister Technicus carefully observes the roof beams above the empty corner. He grabs at a beam and crumbles something between his fingers. You can't make out what it is, so you copy him and feel damp, rotten wood. It's very easy to pull away small pieces.
What are you doing here?
The man with the wax tablet is standing on the stairs. He sounds half angry, half shocked.
No one is allowed in here.
If no one is allowed to be in here, why are you here?
The rain has gotten here. The roof and the floor are damp.
Those savages! It wasn't enough that they steal from us, they had to damage the roof too! That was probably where they got in.
The wood didn't start to rot yesterday, good man.
The steward's face turns bright red.
And you are the experts on such things, are you?
Assuming the roof here has been leaky for a long time, what would have happened to the grain in the sacks directly underneath? Wouldn't it have turned rotten?
The man wets his lips. His gaze darts around the room.
The roof was fine. I'll have it repaired. And now, get out of here!
The steward angrily blocks off all further attempts at talking to him, and even when you threaten him with Father Malin, it doesn't have the desired effect. The father trusts in him, he says, and he's always been a devout follower. The heavy door of the storehouse closes behind you, and you hear a bolt sliding into place from the inside.
Okay, so...
You enter the guardhouse, and before the guards know, Boendil and Boendal have caught them up in a friendly conversation. Shielded from the view of the guards, you exchange a few words with the suspect without being disturbed.
Alright, where are you... where are your people and where are the spoils?
Where have you taken the grain and supplies?
I don't know anything about grain or supplies. Apart from the fact that we could do with both, I'm telling you, I am innocent!
Alright, why did you come back to the village? Alright, tell us what happened.
We won't let anyone do anything to you, but if we are going to help you, you will have to tell us the truth.
The woman looks you in the face, then her head sinks, and when she looks back up, she has tears in her eyes.
Please, I just want to go back to my family. I don't know what happened.
Tungdil.
You feel sympathy towards the woman. You raise your hand to silence Rodario and nod to the woman to continue talking.
We asked for grain and were full of hope when we saw the well-filled granary. But we hadn't reckoned on the malice of the people here.
A slow, ironic clap sounds from behind you. Confused, you turn around to face Rodario.
Bravo, my dear, with tears and everything. Tough luck that a master of the art of acting is present. None of what she said corresponds with the truth, Tungdil. She is lying and trying to deceive us. Not completely talentless for an amateur.
You expect the woman to deny everything, but when she overcomes her amazement, she spits in the actor's face.
And what if I am? I would do it all again. The people here have more than they need and my people are starving. Is that fair?
Dang. So, where have your people taken the grain and supplies? Why did you come back after you stole the grain and supplies?
Why did you come back here after stealing the grain and supplies?
We didn't steal them. We paid for them. A reasonable price, just not to Father Malin.
You had help.
He promised us 3 dozen sacks of grain. When we opened the sacks in our hideout, we realised that most of the grain was rotten. He thought he'd get away with it.
The woman looks around wearily.
And by the looks of things, he has.
I think I know who your accomplice was.
Morris the steward offered you the grain, didn't he?
What does that matter? I've no proof it was him. And even if I did, if I admit that we have the stuff, I'll be hanging from a tree by this evening and my children will starve. I beg you, let me go. We bought the grain and the supplies. Perhaps he wasn't allowed to sell it to us. But we paid. And with a little seed we can sow, at least some of us have a chance of surviving the year.
Alright, if I find the decision a lot easier, if you hadn't lied to us. If you return the grain, Father Malin might show clemency. No. Well, if she bought it and then kind of got robbed from it, I guess that's not fair. I would find the decision a lot easier if you hadn't lied to us.
How can I trust you? You lied.
Who wouldn't do everything to offer their children a future? Lying is the very least.
Alright, I guess you shouldn't be locked
I
up.
don't want you to be hanged just because you tried to support your family. Go.
You open the door. The guards jump up, take up their swords, and let their hands sink down again when they feel the axes of the dwarves against their throats. The woman lays a hand on your shoulder for a moment as a sign of gratitude before she runs from the guardhouse.
I hope you know what you're doing, scholar.
Rodario's furrowed brow does not give you the feeling you've made an undisputed decision.
Namora, follow them in secret. Find... Alright. We'll follow them all after an hour. Okay, we could do that actually.
Namora, find out where she's heading and then rejoin us.
Fergus wants to raise an objection, but before he can think of the right words, Namora has kissed him on the mouth and has disappeared round the next corner.
What?
You leave the guardhouse and explain your plan to Father Malin. You expect him to object, but he seems to be satisfied. You assume he'll make you responsible for everything if something goes wrong, and will claim a piece for himself if you are successful.
Okay. So, now what? A little bit confused. I'm gonna save it here, just in case. Save it. I guess we continue on.
Like every night in the wilderness, you set up camp and assign the watch. Bavragor takes first watch this evening, while the rest of you sit by a small fire, toasting some bread. You're not particularly surprised that neither Bavragor nor any of the others notice the guest who suddenly appears out of the darkness next to you.
Namora!
Fergus jumps up, and moments later has embraced her tightly.
Were you able to find out anything?
She didn't detect me and led me straight to the hideout. I can show you. It's a cave some miles off from the path. Almost 4 people, men, women and children.
You nod. You have tracked down Tavia's hideout.
Sweet. Where is it? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Seriously, all the way over there. I gotta get to freaking here. I'd rather do my story than do the side missions. Where are these orcs going anyway?
You spend the night protected from the wind in a ruin, and are sitting around a campfire as the topic of your new companion's performance on the stage comes up.
Sleight of hand, speed, alchemy, and makeup can have an incredible effect. Namora transformed herself into an elf using the latter.
I also noticed your weapons, Namora. I've never seen such swords before.
Their names are Crescent and Sunbeam. I designed them myself. It took a long time until I found a smith who was able to make them.
She looks like a pointy ear too. Nature hasn't been kind to her.
For this absent-minded remark, Boendil receives evil looks from Namora and grins from the men.
Perhaps I really am an elf, and will bring you a nightmare in your sleep tonight. Don't be surprised if you wake up screaming.
For a moment, it seems as though she has merged with the darkness, but when you blink, everything is back to normal.
By the gods, isn't she magnificent in her role?
There is no denying what Rodario says.
Alright, alright. Now, no, I didn't mean to click that way.
The group isn't overly friendly towards Geralda, and this evening she's sitting once again apart from the others. You ask yourself what you can do to break the ice when you see that she has a phial in her hand. The phial is wrapped around with silver wire and has a snap lock. The liquid in it is black. Geralda opens the lid and takes a big swig. As she puts down the bottle, a smile flits across her face, followed by a short expression of deep satisfaction. It is the first time that you have seen a positive emotion on the face of the somber dwarf.
What's in the bottle?
Is that medicine?
No, it's... I don't know either. If I don't drink it, I have a longing for it. It gets stronger and stronger until I can't stand it anymore. When I drink it, the longing disappears, and I feel rested and strong.
And when the phial's empty?
I don't know. I don't know where I got the drink from, let alone what it is. But if I don't drink it, Frackers, give me strength. I think I would go crazy or die.
Geralda plays with the phial, lost in her thoughts, as if she were trying to remember where she saw it for the first time.
I'm kind of an idiot because I didn't mean to click there, to be honest. The orcs are going the other way, which isn't too bad. Alright, so we're going up to the question mark. Let's see what this is.
You discover some ancient ruins and an orc camp in a gorge. A small group of Bognalim is moving between tents, piles of rubbish and cages. In one of the cages, you think you can make out some movement.
I kind of wish I didn't go this way now. Charge the camp, ignore the ruins and continue on your way. Let's see if we can ignore it. Oh, you're kidding. Alright, we'll head back.
As on the previous evening, Bavragor sits apart from the others. But tonight, he waves you over.
Smeralda, my sister. You want to know what happened, right?
You nod and sit down.
She followed Boendal into battle. We tried to talk her out of it, but she was as unyielding as a mountain. Then came the day when the High Pass was attacked.
Bavragor drinks from his liquor.
He killed her. Blinded by the frenzy of battle, he thought she was one of the enemy. I can never forgive him. He killed my sister. Could you?
You inevitably remember the loss of Lot Yonan, Frala, and her children. You remain sitting in silence, each of you deep in thought. Boendal approaches, having either heard you or guessing what you were talking about.
His fierce life forge is a curse. He thought the orcs had robbed him of his love, and the ire came over him. Sometimes he calls her name in his dreams. Oh, he'd never admit it, but he suffers just like Bavragor. He too loved her.
The stonemason doesn't react, so you and Boendal go back to the others by the fire.
Alright. Keep him going down. Alright, the orcs are moving away, which is cool, I guess. And I'm going the safe way, I think. So, oh, orc camp. Does it not matter what way we go? God freaking dang it. Alright, I'm not going to fight this battle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it here for the next video. So I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do is hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe to see other videos that I will be doing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you cadets in the next video. Goodbye! Whatever his name was.
All of the gates are bolted shut. The city seems to be secure, at least for the moment. Locked gates also mean, of course, that you can't get out.
Talk to the command.